In a world where tensions often escalate into conflict, Oman emerged as an unlikely yet pivotal mediator in a historic meeting between Iran and the United States. The Sultanate, with its long-standing tradition of neutrality and diplomacy, became the backdrop for a dialogue that could potentially reshape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. The air in Muscat was thick with anticipation as representatives from both nations gathered in a discreet, sunlit conference room, far removed from the prying eyes of the international media. At the heart of the meeting was Iran's nuclear program, a topic that had long been a source of contention not just between Tehran and Washington, but also among their respective allies. The United States, under a new administration, sought to recalibrate its approach to Iran, aiming to strike a balance between ensuring regional security and exploring avenues for diplomacy. The American delegation, led by a seasoned diplomat known for his pragmatism, arrived with a dual agenda: to address Iran's nuclear ambitions and to ease the animosities that had characterized U.S.-Iran relations for decades. On the other side of the table, the Iranian representatives were acutely aware of the stakes involved. Iran's nuclear program had become a symbol of national pride, a testament to its scientific capabilities and a cornerstone of its sovereignty. Yet, the country was also grappling with crippling sanctions that had stifled its economy and led to widespread discontent among its populace. The Iranian delegation, led by a charismatic negotiator with a reputation for his strategic acumen, understood that while they were defending their rights, they were also under immense pressure to demonstrate a willingness to engage in meaningful dialogue. As the meeting commenced, the atmosphere was charged with a mix of hope and skepticism. Oman's role as a mediator was crucial. Its unique position allowed it to facilitate discussions without the historical baggage that often clouded interactions between Iran and the U.S. The Omani officials, skilled in the art of diplomacy, provided a neutral ground where both parties could express their concerns candidly. They encouraged open dialogue, emphasizing the need for trust-building measures that could pave the way for more substantive negotiations. The dynamics of the meeting shifted as the representatives began to share their perspectives. The American diplomat articulated the U.S. concerns regarding nuclear proliferation, emphasizing the potential threat to regional stability. He painted a picture of a future where cooperation could lead to economic benefits and security guarantees for both nations. The Iranian negotiator responded with a passionate defense of his country's right to pursue nuclear energy, framing it as a matter of national dignity and self-determination. He highlighted the humanitarian and developmental aspects of nuclear technology, urging the U.S. to recognize Iran's legitimate aspirations. As the hours passed, the discussions delved deeper into the complexities of mutual distrust. Both sides acknowledged the history of miscommunication and missed opportunities that had led to the current impasse. The Iranian delegation expressed their frustration over the sanctions, which they argued were counterproductive and only served to entrench hostilities. In turn, the U.S. representatives conveyed their fears of a nuclear-armed Iran, which they viewed as a destabilizing force in the region. Gradually, a tentative understanding began to emerge. Oman's mediators skillfully guided the conversation toward common interests, highlighting shared concerns over regional security threats such as terrorism and maritime security in the Gulf. The realization that both nations could benefit from collaboration, rather than confrontation, began to take root. As the meeting drew to a close, the representatives agreed to establish a framework for continued dialogue, recognizing that this initial encounter was merely a stepping stone toward a more comprehensive agreement. The implications of this meeting were profound. If successful, it could lead to a thaw in U.S.-Iran relations, fostering a new era of diplomacy that might stabilize the region and serve as a model for resolving other international disputes. The world watched closely, aware that the outcomes of this meeting in Oman could ripple far beyond its borders, influencing alliances, economic policies, and the delicate balance of power in the Middle East.